Hey Melbourne. The last 7 days have been absolutely crazy. My wife and I decided to move to Melbourne this year. In fact, we decided to move to Melbourne 3 years ago. But with the nature of my job and her job, we just couldn't find the time to make the move. And for good reason. I think we would have came a bit too early. But recently we've really felt called that this is the right time, and together with my incredible team in Christchurch, we have made that collective decision to expand up to Australia. So today I'm going to show you everything that we did in 1 week. Sure. We first arrived at Christchurch Airport at about 6:30 in the morning, waiting at the check-in counter, biting our nails, waiting to see if we would be able to check in our 80 kgs of life that we were carrying with us from New Zealand to Australia. Thankfully, we ended up at 79 kgs, meaning we could head upstairs and get ready for our flight. Getting onto the flight was no problem at all, but we realised one thing: we were missing a pen. And this pen was very, very important because immigration in Australia does take a little bit of time. No digital declarations, it has to be pen on paper. After haggling duty-free for about half an hour for a $5 pen, we decided to travel to the other side of the airport to fill in our declaration form. When we left the airport, my incredible cousin Sean picked us up, and at that point we realised this was it. Then we checked into our beautiful apartment, and then realised some work needed to be done. So we spent the next 2.5 days hiring a rug doctor and just basically went to town with cleaning, doing a full commercial overhaul of the carpet that has seen better days. Then scrubbing the floors as well as the walls. Yes, the walls. And then for the next 3.5 to 5.5 days, we ate out every single day. Why? Because we didn't have a fridge. And the issue with that is you get sick, like how I am currently. But we had some really amazing Malaysian food, and I think for me, Malaysian food is more so an expression of comfort. It's not, fancy, fine dining, but it's good, honest, very affordable food that you probably can't really get in Christchurch, so that was a real bonus this week. But we were still in an empty shell, although be it very clean, well, pretty clean, and we decided to go to town at Ikea. Ikea is an incredible space filled with wonders and dreams. It's kind of like the Disneyland for anyone that is in their late 20s, early 30s with back pain. And we just decided that we needed some furniture. So we bought this incredible Norden table that flips out on both sides, making it accessible and compactable and malleable for the small living metropolis that is Melbourne. So we thought we knew how to build it. And then we realized that we had used the wrong screwdriver. It's not a Phillips head, it's a Povidriv screwdriver that is very common in the Scandinavian world that is Scandinavian like Swedish? We basically ruined the table because we tried to expand the hole with another screw using an Allen wrench. This split the table at 4 different places, meaning that we had just shot ourselves in the foot. And so the next day we went to Ikea to see if we could replace it. Incredibly, we're part of the Ikea family, which means that we can go and get a full refund and exchange because they're awesome. So to celebrate, we ate some meatballs and some incredible salmon, which, I don't know, it's not that incredible, but it was food. So after that, we went back home and realized that, we need some more stuff at Ikea. So we went back to Ikea and got a couple rugs because the ground is cold and my feet need to be toasty. Coming back to the apartment, we put everything together and set up the table, and things started to really come together. I felt a little bit more at peace with the whole situation, which was fantastic because I need peace. And then Thursday rolled around and I was really excited about this day because the fridge was coming. These incredible movers told me that at 5 p.m. they had just finished their 15th move of the day. They brought in the fridge, they brought in the washing machine, and to me, I was just thinking, like, the margin of error in a small little apartment building like this is pretty significant, and if I were to do it myself, I'd probably put a hole in the wall. So I'm really glad that they sorted it out for us. Finally moved in. It has been 1 full week, and I'm feeling pretty good. We felt so good that we decided to do a little excursion down to the metropolis of Fitzroy, a quaint little part of the city that is full of culture, full of art, full of vibrancy, and full of great sandwiches. Hector's Deli was the spot to go for the afternoon. We ate their mushroom melt as well as their rare beef sandwich, fresh and toasted combo, because I can't really decide on which I want, and it was a great combo. Followed up with a beautiful long black from St. David's Dairy. David, the head barista there, pulls an incredible coffee, and he's passionate about single origin. I get this message from Kat, our lead from Christchurch, with a photo of the whole team in Christchurch at Bar Yoku eating skewers and fresh fish and sushi tacos, and I'm just feeling the most gut-wrenching amount of FOMO in my life. But to be honest, this is kind of what it's all about. We are not staying in Melbourne and abandoning Christchurch. No way, Jose. In fact, I'm coming back to Christchurch 3 times next month. I know. Air New Zealand, please sponsor me. We have a route and a home base in Christchurch, and that is not going to change. We've set up shop at StoryBites HQ in the CBD of Christchurch with all our gear and equipment ready to be deployed by our incredible volunteer team. We've got some really exciting stuff coming in the pipeline in Christchurch, such as Grizzly Baked Goods coming out next week, so stay tuned for that. It's a really, really buttery, carb-filled documentary that I think you'll love. And following that, we've got some incredible content coming your way in Australia as well. So, we're going to be doing the dance back and forth, Australia, New Zealand, Australia, Australia, New Zealand, the works. If you live in Melbourne and you're excited for our expansion this way, let us know in the comments. Tell us where we should go, where we should try, and I'll see you next week. See ya.